So you're an American patriot and you want to know what you can do to save our country? You're worried that America's going to hell in a handbasket, so don't waste your time looking at bogus China Trump coins. If you want to make a difference, you've got to get involved in supporting the audits across the nation. Hey folks, it's Jovan Hutton Pulitzer, and I told you I would come to you and tell you who I trust. Now, there's only two organizations right now deep in the throes of making these audits happen. If you want to support America, if you want to make sure our free way of life continues, then you need to write this down. Go to fundtheaudit.com. That's the America Project, where they're raising funds to support election integrity. They're making it happen in Arizona for every American in the United States. Or you can go to voicesandvotes.org. Voices and Votes work to protect free speech from cancel culture and ensures that American voices are heard where it matters most, and that's in the ballot box. The most important thing you can do is donate. These audits aren't free, and every legal angle, hook, crook, and network is trying to stop these audits. You need to make sure they occur. Please help by donating by going to fundtheaudit.com or voicesandvotes.org. We must save our country, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to make sure these audits happen and we bring America the truth. Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry about that. Jovan Hutton Pulitzer here. Just thought I would check in. I am literally going to take some time off. I just recently did the Faith and Freedom Conference. You may have saw that over the weekend, and spoke there. Met a lot of great patriots over the event, which ran over multi-day weekends, and so I had to fly in and get down there, and then literally meet and greet, went all night, etc. Yeah, you like that? No BS Trump coins. I'm tired of those things. I'm literally tired of those things. It's a good way to tell if a channel is real. You know, if you were on a real general's channel, let's say, you're not going to be looking at a channel and see all this gibberish for Trump coins, right? Period. And so, Connie, I've seen this stuff about Mike Lindell. I haven't done enough research yet to know it before I talk to Mike, but I am checking into it. Yes, you've heard that Wisconsin's doing an audit, and what's going on in Arizona is, in fact, there is a break at the moment. Everybody's taking a break. Why taking a break? Because the high schools are doing their graduations, right? And what I'm doing is taking this time to just kind of step back from social media. Social media is kind of hard, right? It's hard enough to have to battle trolls. It really is. And you have to put trolls in their place when they actually spew junk, because somehow there are, these rumors by the left can get out of control if you don't debate them. Conversely, on the conservative side, sometimes we just don't think about what we post, and people will say, why'd you get your hair cut, or why are you wearing stupid blue glasses, or why in the hell are you wearing a yellow t-shirt, or whatever. And I don't think people realize what it takes to commit to transparency and talking to everybody. It takes a lot to do, and it's a lot of commitment to hold up on. And there's enough, there's enough rhetoric in dealing with trolls to not have to want to deal with, even among patriots,
who I'm not sure sometimes people think about what they say. Like, oh my God, you're a Jew? It's weird, right? Yes, I think there's a faith and family conference in Tampa that's being put on. I think they're all over. Graduations, right? Graduations are going on all across the nation. So I think a lot of these different events are going to be put on across the nation. So hello, Las Vegas. How's it going? Behippie says hi. Yep, Behippie, yep. Florida is in the house, right? Have they contacted you about the Weston audit? I can't talk about, or the Wisconsin audit. I can't talk about that. But there's good stuff going on. All I can tell you is there's good stuff going on, and patriots out there fighting this every day. And if you saw my speech, did you watch my speech or my presentation that I gave at Family and Freedom event last night? It was online, right? You can actually watch it. And I talked about what we really need to focus on when it comes to the audits. And I'm just going to share that with you. I'm going to kind of repeat what I said so you understand what I spoke about at this conference, because it was a conference that had all kinds of patriots joining it, and all kinds of patriots earlier, right? Hey, El Paso, how you doing? And it's amazing to see so many people from across the country gathering and being allowed, think about that. How weird is that, to actually have to praise and give thanks to God that you're allowed to discuss your beliefs among friends. Isn't that weird? You never, you don't take it for granted until people do it, right? And so Dot, I understand the questions. I try not to announce, right? I try not to announce when I am going to be places, because it also it also attracts the worst element at the same time. So I have to be really careful about where I announce I am, or when I announce I am, like speaking or whatever. Isn't that weird? You would never have to think about that, right? Even speaking at a conference, you have to be careful about how they schedule, and sometimes they kind of use schedule at one time but then kind of put it off just to make sure that you're literally right. And Bob, you're right, brother, right? I need some river trout over a fire. I need to have some really good dirty martinis, my brother, and ditch the trolls. You know me all too well, Bob, and I truly, truly appreciate your continued support. Thank you very much. And so that's what I'm going to do. I am taking off time from all the social media, every platform. You can see it on my platforms. I changed logos and everything. And a lot of states are calling out. States all across the country want forensic audits, right? They want the forensic audits. You're seeing it happen en masse. States are waking up and are saying, we need this done, right? They're waking up and we need this done. And so I'm going to take that, right? And so let me, says Jovan, I finally got to meet many of the patriots I've been watching for a while, CanCon, Bahisi, Nick, etc. Great people, great people. So let me just cover with you what I covered last night, right? And just give you a taste of it. So because if you weren't there, I want to be able to you to have this information. So let's just kind of talk here and get those comments off the screen. Here's what I said last night. I said that what's really important in history is we need to understand where we've come as a society. And it's an interesting conundrum that's happened to our society. At the same time that any one of you can maybe go online and attend a Yale or a Duke or an Oxford class. In fact, many of them, and a lot of them for free, and many of them inexpensively if they're paid for it, if you have to pay for them. And you can get the most phenomenal education in the world from some of the best institutions in the world is now at your fingertips. However, at the same time that our world, our organization, our concept of how people get together, our ability to learn in groups or individually, at the same time we have all of this available to us, we've moved backwards in time thinking that we know what's going on based on 40 characters or 140 character string on social media. And that, I believe, has hurt the world too. I believe social media is a powerful, powerful tool for like what we're using it for right now, right now, for gathering all of our great people together at different times, right? Gathering them together and sharing with each other. And of course, when you get together and share, social media is great. And when you get together and teach, social media is great. At the same time, social media can be wildly destructive. It can reduce your ability to dig for facts and information, and you actually believe, because so many people are participating in it, that it's just all truth. And I'll give you a prime example. And I talked about this. I talked about if you were following a real general on social media, but you have all these ads for, sign up for this movie, get this little membership so you can get this movie free, which is crap. They get paid to sign you up. You don't get the movie, or these coins. Then you have to ask yourself, if it was really a general and they cared about sharing information with you, why would they allow that crap on their wall and not monitor it, not take care of it? And that's a good way to tell how people are aggregating you. Right now, eyeballs are valuable. And so they'll use names of famous or well-known people, and they'll try to get you to go to their sites. But if you're well-known and famous, you don't advertise for your site. People just gravitate towards you and find you, and know you're there. So it's really weird when you keep on seeing these little advertisements. You know that all they're trying to do is aggregate these eyeballs and regurgitate crap back to you in something maybe you understand, to try to get you to buy their fake coins or whatever, which is just totally laughable. Next, I basically said, I had a very serious discussion with the crowd and many one-on-one discussions about people that make announcements about, hey, Arizona found 1 million fraudulent ballots, or we found 1.5 million ballots. What I told this crowd of hundreds is, when you see somebody say that on social media, the first thing you know is they are not in the know. They're lying their ass off. And let me tell you how I deal with it and how I look at it and what I think you should do if you're truly a patriot. Making outrageous statements like that is another tactic of trying to get people to follow you, trying to aggregate people. So let me play it back to you with the second right answer to give you a way to understand this that might help you question these individuals who don't have facts, who post this stuff. Now, the way I look at it, if you look at 270 people on the ground in Arizona in a building, right? And they're counting ballots, just to say. That's your vision in your head. And if somebody on the left was a real diehard idiot and a real diehard conservative hater, and all of a sudden there was an announcement, 1 million fraudulent ballots were found, you could push that person over the edge, and they could actually go to one of these physical facilities where they know the people are gathered, wait outside a door and wait, and pick them off or cause mayhem. And so to say something like that is wildly irresponsible and potentially dangerous to other people. Things can happen. You'd have blood on your hands just because you're trying to be cool. Now, let me give you a different way to look at it. When somebody says, my secret source intel has this information and my intel only gave it to me. Here's how I'm going to suggest you deal with these characters. When somebody says, we found 1.5 million fraudulent ballots and I have the secret intel and my sources tell me and I'm sharing it with you, I think you should push back and you should notify that social media person and you should ask them 3 questions. The first question you should ask them is, what makes you so special that people with secret confidential information feel they should share it with you so you can make it public? That's the first thing. What makes you so special? Second thing, ask them, go and say to them, look, we know this is secret information, and we know if secret information is unleashed, it can cause problems, cause riots, cause deaths. And we know that the people that work in those situations have very tight agreements about confidentiality. And so the second question you ask these guys is, so let me put it to you this way. Your source that gave you confidential information just broke their confidentiality. Why do you, as maybe a patriot or a leader, why do you honor that breaking of confidentiality? Don't you understand you're putting people's lives at risk? Then the third question is to answer is, okay, so if this person over here you get your information from somehow is a patriot and on the inside, and they know that it's super secret information, supposed to be kept secret, supposed to be kept confidential, but they willingly betray that confidence. They willingly betray the nation. They willingly betray what is supposed to be kept secret. Then isn't this person a traitor? And therefore, you are really getting your information from a traitor, and that traitor passing it to you, you are willingly dealing with a traitor, sharing traitors' information. Why do you support that? And those are the things that you should ask yourself about all these super duper people that claim they're in the know, right? And basically say, hey, I have all this wonderful information and whatever. You have to ask those questions, because to blindly believe that is dangerous. Secondly, to share it is dangerous. You're right. Don't be a traitor, bottom line. And you're right, Christy, a lot of people don't know anymore. They certainly don't have the information, right? And you have to understand this. And so that is part of why I am stepping back from social media. Right now, there is enough going on with trolls, keeping everybody safe and secure, making sure it's done right. To deal with, that you don't also have to deal with people that call themselves traitor or patriots that are traitors giving out misinformation, or even just people that can call themselves conservatives or whatever, just picking apart everybody on minor stuff. And so even though it is difficult to sift through the information, I am asking each of you to take the time to look for what I call the second right answer. Some things on just a quick flash may give you one impression, and that impression can be totally wrong or intentionally given to you wrong. But if you take the time to study it like these people says, I have secret information. You know, a guy that maybe was a little league baseball coach and that's all he's ever done, right? Why does he have this information? You have to ask yourself that. And what's the second right answer? The second right answer is, just like I said, why would this person have to know or have to be in the know? And even if he was told in confidence, what kind of person being told in confidence would then turn around and use social media to share it, blabbing it to be cool? Sean, I shut off my Telegram this morning. I'm still there. I have 59, 60,000 followers or whatever, but I stopped the comment on my Telegram this morning. All over people not being willing to do their own research and not willing to go the extra mile and just be on the far edges of it. And as I said in my speech the other night, there is no military that's going to come crashing in. I'm not sure why many people don't buy that when you're being told that by the people that are really in the fight. There is no white horse that's going to roll up. There is, and nobody else is going to do it for you. There is no magic one savior. It's efforts of many people. But if you want justice when it comes to voting, you must understand it's just us. It's just us. See, I ask people to remember where all of this comes from. And I'm gonna show you a picture here real quick, because sometimes I think you need remembering. And this is just one of the best examples I have ever found that truly tells the truth of what's going on right now. And here's what's going on, and this is what I want you to understand. As much as these are difficult times, I told everybody at the Faith and Freedom Conference, I said, these are the greatest times ever. Now, I know that may be hard to reconcile. How can this be the greatest time ever? You know, first off, nobody ever thinks that they will be the generation of people that are alive when they see their civilization crumbling. And it may feel like that. But I am telling you, you're not seeing a civilization crumble. You're seeing America, who for decades has been addicted to apathy and apathetic about things and not getting involved and just, oh, we live too great, we're great as long as I got my food, my car, whatever, and don't pay attention. And you have to understand there's greater things in life, and there are responsibility to your fellow citizens. And that requires knowledge and learning and understanding and discernment and participating in this great project we have called America. And if you go back, look at the beginning, as people were involved, everything got better and better and better and better. Now, I know somebody on the left will tell you, well, what about slavery? And I always tell them, if you look at the first senators that were assassinated, the Republican senators that were assassinated for sharing their beliefs, what you didn't get told is they were all Black. If you look at most states, like let's call the state of Texas, and you look at the founding of the Republican Party, they were all Black men and women. History lies to you. The left lies to you. And so right now, in the greatest time in history, your eyes are open to how things really work. and how we've been lulled into a belief that's not true. And maybe for the first time, you're realizing, wow, I got to pay attention. I got to pay attention to just my local school boards or local judges, because that's how it was undone. See, this was undone on our watch and our parents' watch and our grandparents' watch. All of this was done right under our noses. You see, if you're a conservative in nature, you don't go out and riot. You don't throw Molotov cocktails. You don't cover your face and hide and do all that crap. Those people do it because they know they're wrong and they don't want to get caught. Conservatives don't do that. But we also expect the best of people. Like when I get attacked, you try to debate it out with most people or educate them, but then you also shake your head and go, why would even somebody do that? I learned that if you don't like it, just move on. Why comment? But some people like arguing their lives. And so you realize when you're wired one way, you tend to continue to produce and continue to make your life happen. Now, when you're wired on the other side to believe that you're owed everything, that you're right about everything, and the system's against you, and you have stick it to the maniosis, right? Because you just want to stick it to the system because you think the system's against you. You're wired differently. And you're wired to think everybody owes you, everybody should pay attention to you. And if you don't, well, you're the kid in the grocery store that falls down in the middle of the aisle doing a temper tantrum till you get your way. And that's the difference. And that's why for conservatives, this happened on our watch. But now in history, it's changing. It's hard, it's painful. Mankind does not learn when times are great. We don't learn when times are great at all. We learn when jobs are lost, when the markets fail, when our freedoms are taken away, when free speech is taken away. And those lessons hurt. Those lessons hurt. But what you want to do is you want to now focus that hurt. And you want to think to yourself, what can you do? Now, I'll tell everybody, the most important thing on the planet right now is to make sure we stick with paper ballots. If we don't get this ballot thing fixed, we are in trouble. Congress, House of Representatives passed H.R. 1 saying paper ballots go away, and a lot of these hooks and crooks with the election stay in place. Now it's going to be up to senators to see what's true. And we have to have a paper ballot. If you don't have a paper ballot, you don't have any way to audit. You have to get involved. You have to get involved in this process, period. And that requires open eyes. But I'm going to show you right now, absolutely, I am going to show you that you were destined to be here in this process. You were destined to be here in this process. You were destined to participate in this fight. And I can prove it to you. So, I want you to understand something. Most people never believe they can be incredible champions or competitors. They believe only athletes or top businessmen or whatever, those are the real competitors and achievers. I'm just an average person. And so one thing society does to us from the time we're very small is they undo the magic we all have. And part of that magic that gets undone in all of us is we forget that each of us was divinely chosen to be here. All of you people watching this and participating in this broadcast, several thousand right now. I want to let you know, you need to understand in this moment and time in history, right now, you were chosen to be here, to experience this, and to bring your divine light and your spirit to it, to make it fixed. You were hand chosen to be here. Now, I know most people do not feel hand chosen at all, right? Most people don't believe that. And some people, and Martha, you're right, God chooses unlikely people to do his work. But I want to let you know, every one of you, right now, we're chosen to be here, and I'm going to prove it. Now, we're a planet of billions. You understand that, right? We're a planet headed for 8 billion people. How can you, right? How can you know that you were chosen for this? Right? And I'm going to show you how you were chosen. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm taking a break to focus on me. My break will probably be between 2 weeks and 4 weeks. I haven't decided yet. But I want to give you one gift before I take a pause on social media. And I want you to recognize why you are here, why you and your family are going through this pain, and why you absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, defy the odds, because you're listening to this and you're participating, and you are here to fight, and you are here to make this happen. And I have physical proof. Okay, so let me share my screen with you. And I believe this with all my heart. But you, watching this right now, were chosen, divinely chosen over billions and billions and billions of others to be here right now for this fight. You have already competed against the billions to be here. Billions of potential humans and human souls. When you started this process that made you you, it was 100% ordained that you were chosen to be here for this. You were chosen to be here for this. Period. Every one of you outcompeted billions of others to come into existence. Period. Every single one of you. Now, whether you accept that or not is your choice. But I'm telling you, there is physical proof that you were designed to be here for this moment in history. Above all others, you were designed to be here. And that's the moral of the story. This is not by accident at all. Period. And yes, I use this when I talk this way. Somebody put, he's starting to sound nuts. It's really easy for me I just block you and bye-bye, you're gone. But everyone, this is happening where it is and as it should be. You are part of a grand plan. You were chosen to be here against all odds. And I truly believe everybody is a winner if you just accept it. And that's the truth. You have to understand why you were here and why are you going through this. And this is the truth. And I think we forget this. I really do. I think we forget this. And I know there are people saying, oh, this is nuts and this is stupid. No, this is just the beautiful truth. Period. This is the beautiful truth. It's true. It's real. We're here. That's it. Period. So, I think I've been chosen for this effort. Mark thinks he's been chosen for this effort. I believe all of us were chosen for the effort. It might be just that one person you talk to. It really is. It might be that one person that you talk to that makes a difference. But this is it. And I just want you to understand, and I agree too, this is profound truth. And so I want you to know, that all of this matters. I want you to know that you matter. And I want you to know that you have to keep at this fight and you have to get involved. You have to get involved. So with that said, right, I am going off. We change nothing if we do nothing. You're right. I am I'm just signing off social media for a while, right? I don't have time to battle conservatives when we're battling people that want to destroy America. And I am going to go enjoy my vacation, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. I don't know. But I'll still have my social media and I still read comments and stuff. Y'all take care. I love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.